Welcome everyone to another episode of Unfiltered Talks, powered by Accolades. I'm your host, CP. Today I have a dear friend of mine, also a very hardworking on and off the field cricketer, has basically now a tremendous legacy for over 20 plus years in not only the regional area, but also on the national scale. He has represented the United States national team, has played against numerous countries, and today what we wanted to do was just pick his brain and see how he's been. Welcome, Adil.
Thanks, Evie. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
The biggest thing I wanted to talk about was your journey. It's been a long 20 years. I've known you for that long. I was thinking saying that out loud, and I was like, that's been a long time. So that's what I was gonna jump into. I know we know a lot about your cricketing, but what about, I know you used to play basketball, so tell me about that.
When I was going to Richmond Grammy High School, I was not playing cricket. I got into playing basketball with friends after school, during the school PE, and I found myself doing that every single day. But what I discovered was that, hey, there are really competitive clubs in both of the division at that time, Division 1 and Division 2. And that really got me excited, right? Having met you, having met the others, right? And then when we played against each other, that really put things in perspective. These guys are really good.
Yeah, I think we were talking off camera and it boiled down to bragging rights.
At the end of the day, you wanted to win, you wanted to perform, you wanted to take their wicket. You wanted to make sure that you were the guy who made a difference, and so you can have the rest of the week to talk about it.
Is it also something going towards coaching? Is that what you love?
Yeah, I think once I figured out that I played quite a bit of cricket, I also wanted to give back, all ages.
Random question. Why are there no leg spinners coming up in the world ranks?
We were just talking about that. We're not seeing enough of it at the international level. Yeah, you're right. As a cricketer, I would like to see a lot more. They can be very effective. What's holding them back? That is something we really need a little deep dive, because even at the youth level, domestic level, we're not seeing enough coming through. The leg spinner versus the left arm bowlers. When you think about a playing 11, or when you think about a side which has 15 players, 16 players, and how the national selectors are going about picking the spinners, right? The priority is certainly going to the left armers a lot more than the leg spinners. Is it because now they are, for a right-hander or even for a left-hander, they're easy to pick, they're easy to maneuver? Not to say they will leak a lot of runs, but for the opposition, whoever might be the top of the order, they might be easy to work around versus a left armer.
That's a debate for our viewers to let us know. What do you think? Because, again, a big headache for selectors all around, national selectors.
The idea was I wanted to show our leaders that, hey, look at this group of players. We have come together. We have traveled. We have won outside. Shout out to the sponsors that supported us. The idea was to take it further up and have these interstate series.
If you want to explain the new format, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, we got about 20 plus participant in this. Again, this is a Feed the Homeless fundraiser. Yep. The entry is $25, a one-time entry. And then after that, it's on a weekly basis, we'll collect $10 from those participants. But so now in return, we're, of course, this is a charity event, right? But in return, we have some cash prizes. For instance, somebody scores back-to-back century, there's a couple $100 cash prize. Yeah. I think we have listed those targets as well, and we got multiple of those, right? Somebody takes 5 wickets and it's a 50, right? On a weekly basis, we're giving out cash prizes, okay? So something to look forward to, because we will still want to make sure that people who are turning up for these games, there's this excitement, there's something to look forward to more than their individuals and goals and whatnot, right? So yeah, I think this is going to be fun for everybody to participate in.
And it's open division, right?
It's open division.
You play. Well, that's gonna
open for everybody in the DMV area. Looking to raise about 4K.
Oh wow.
Our first time ever highest fundraiser.
If you're willing to donate, let us know. Would be happy to put that out there. All of your money is going to go towards Feed the Homeless cause.
Absolutely.
It's going to go towards basically us providing, hopefully, nourishment towards a small fraction of people Our goal is to touch as many lives as we can through cricket. I think that's really what the next phase of our cricket journey is. If you would like to join, we will have some links in the description. Please feel free to click help us out. With that, let's switch to our next topic. What are some things you would take from cricket or add a new rule? If you were the president MCC, what would be one rule that you would add or remove from cricket?
I don't know. I feel like what has been introduced so far has been quite good. Although one stupid rule a few years ago, when the ball is hit over for a 6, the fielder jumps outside the boundary line, but the ball is still in the air. Even though he's outside, he jumps to throw the ball back in.
Still valid.
It's not. I thought it
Yeah,
changed.
it's still a catch.
No.
It's still a valid catch, dude. I'll let the audience decide what just happened here. But yeah, it's still a valid catch. Think about it like this. If you have a catch coming, right? You throw it up in the air when you're legally in bounds, right? Your body takes you outside the boundary, and then you come back in and catch it. Is that not a catch?
I'm talking about something different now. Okay. The ball goes for a 6.
Yes.
Okay. You did your best to throw the ball back in, but it goes still, it touches your hand, you're in the air, it goes out, right?
So like
But
the second shuffle basically
This
goes back
second
to
going
the
back
boundary.
outside the boundary and throwing the ball back in
Mhm.
while you're in the air.
So what's the problem?
The problem is you've gone out, touched the ground, but the ball is still in the air. You're jumping back before the ball touches the ground, so you can throw it back in.
While he's throwing the ball back.
He's already landed outside. He's way beyond the boundary line. The ball goes way beyond it. Somehow, someone who's really athletic enough, he can literally just go outside the boundary. He touched the boundary, right? He's outside the boundary standing, but somehow he gets underneath the ball and he jumps in the air and throws the ball back in. I am against that. I'm not sure what's going on and who
Oh my
who
God.
approved it. This has gotta be one of the silliest things.
Okay. And is there any rules you would like to add
Yeah, probably
to make this game fun, like a 12 if you hit the ball far enough?
not. But there's got to be a proper ruling on this. We hear all the commenters talk about that's 12. When the ball goes way beyond the boundary. I feel like that, yeah, you can probably turn that into, but I'm not sure how many guys will be able to do that, first of all, right? We have,
Athletes.
We
It's
have-
like you don't know until you introduce a rule.
that might change the game a bit. Now think about somebody who comes in, he's game, man, I can get 12 off one ball.
Exactly.
And he happens to be somebody like Chris Gale.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He's going to get 12s all day long.
And so I think if we were to add that, there's also, if I was to think of,
Do you have something? Let me hear what you got.
yeah, because that's like more out there, like 8 and 12. I'm thinking more like if we were to just be out there, and what are we revolutionizing the game of cricket? Are we keeping it basic? Are we keeping it subtle? What do you think? Should we go on the revolutionary end?
I think our batsmen in particular, right? They've already got a lot of advantage and they're already taking this game far beyond in such a fast pace.
Mhm. If you were to ask me, I'm going to just be out there, right? And as I said, to revolutionize cricket and make it fair. Rather than giving 2 new balls, we give 1 new ball and 1 ball ready for reverse swing.
That would make things very interesting. I like that.
Openers
Actually.
gotta be ready to play both type of deliveries.
But would you then also, now one end has a brand new ball and one end, as you're saying, needs to be something
Yeah,
that ball.
on the second end, you have a ball shined up from one end and
Yeah.
roughed up from the other end.
Yeah.
Purposefully taking sandpaper and roughening
Yeah.
that entire side.
You know what? That's actually a pretty interesting idea. Why not let them have a little bit of fun? But would you also add to that, change the field set?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want cricket to be so commercialized that it's not enjoyable anymore. What's the end of it at that point? So with reverse swing, I wanted to add balance to the spectrum.
Yeah.
When a bowler takes a wicket, it's as thrilling as a batsman hitting a 6. We have to normalize that.
What if I throw this in there, right? We already know whether it's a new ball, especially when it's a new ball, right? That's the only time the bowlers have a little advantage, okay? We have our bat, right? What if we cut that a little, make it...
Oh, I was gonna say the other way around. So I was gonna keep the same, but we add a fourth stump. Revolutionize cricket, baby.
I'm talking about... I don't know if it will go wild.
So that's
Like
what
this.
I mean. It's you're given the magic wand. If you were to revolutionize it and make cricket more fun, I'll keep the bat same.
How
and add a fourth.
how about these changes at a local level? Just to have fun with pickup games.
That would be fun. Think about having something at the international level. That would be insanity. The teams will get out on 40 runs.
That's gonna be wild. We're gonna have a lot of cricketers give
Think
up.
about a reverse swinging ball, bend 4 stumps. That would make the balance.
That's gonna kill a lot of careers. Like
Exactly. That's bowler heavy. Let's go towards the batsman side. We gave bowlers revolutionize. For batsmen, I say they pick a money ball. They randomly in 10 overs, every 60th ball is a money ball, where they hit and they get double or triple runs. If they get a wicket, that's a tough one. We were given the magic wand and we make one subtle change, like a reverse swinging ball or a fourth wicket. That changes the outlook. For batsmen, what would change the game? It's already easy. I get that. It's already because with the new balls. If we are going that revolutionary route, how about batsmen get AI tracking glasses? They can all track the ball.
and like that stick cricket game.
Exactly. You're wearing an Oculus, but the bowler is really bowling. It tells you play this shot before you get out. Because Kohli needs it. My help is needed.
There's one thing I actually wanted to discuss.
My bad, Kohli. I'm gonna get so much hate from my community. I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I didn't mean any of that. I need those glasses. I'm stupid.
Recently, Sachin talked about this, talking about when the ball hits your helmet and the helmets fall off of you, and then it goes straight into the stumps and knocks the bails down, and that is given out. Now, from the feeling side, from the feeling perspective, when the ball is hit for a 6 and you're at the boundary, you catch the ball, but somehow the hat that you're wearing comes down, falls out of boundary.
Oh, yeah, I see. Like it's part of the equipment, right?
What's your take on that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wear tighter hats or wear equipment that's like kind of fitted to you rather than something loose. For hats or sunglasses, right? That's something that it's not really.
But you made the decision to have that on, right? So should you be held responsible?
Yeah, because you wore it, right? It's like anything in cricket. Like you wore that helmet and you're responsible for it. You wore the gloves, the pads. And again, it's also for protection. Same thing for sunglasses or hats. But you wore it as part of your equipment. So if it's part of your equipment, why not?
It's a decision you made coming onto the ground. And I agree with you. It should be given a 6, be an out.
Yeah. If the equipment is falling while you're... Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Well, because then it's a mandatory fall across, right? Wear less equipment if you feel out in the outfield. Another thought was, if we are going that AI route, maybe the entire team is allowed the wearables. If they are allowed to be coached on field, like NFL players. What about the helmet earpieces?
That also ties into the technology, right?
If you're thinking like a wearable, let's say one of these watches where they can see coach's message to visualize or whatever that might be, what do you think would change?
Those are very impacting decisions. Like it may have a longer impact on the game. It may not be interesting to the fans because so much involvement now.
Because it's
so much instruction and tips. Those instructions are coming in, and then you could be really giving out a lot of clues to help your side. Available for both sides.
Wearable techs are in NFL and other sports, which basically it also is from a fan base where they can basically see how fast their player is running. FIFA has it. You can see how fast your player is running or how far they're jumping live. I think those type of aspects have to be brought in to cricket. Because again, technology is what's the next step, right? Evolution.
Yeah, I think if more technology really enters into cricket in the next years to come, right? Imagine 10, 15, 20 years how cricket will be. Do you think bats will get interesting? You've seen the bat, right? It doesn't matter where it hits.
The ball goes. And to me, and I have pondered this idea a lot. I don't know if I should just put this out, but there's a lot of different equipment, technologies, and ideas that you can implement in cricket to make it such a crazy sport for a fan experience perspective. And I think that's where it's going. I'll reserve my thoughts because with this podcast and evolution, that's what Accolades, even our company, wants to do, is to bring a different fan experience overall, not only from a technology perspective, human perspective.
Oh, cricket, where cricket will be in 10 years and 15 years.
What do you think? I personally am here for the improvement. Here's another thought. Allow sledging. Full on. Hit mics.
Yeah, let the fans hear it.
Not the swearing. Of course, there's kids watching.
Okay.
Like, I understand the swearing.
On the field.
Let them at least be, if it's a heat of the moment
Yeah.
and they are going at it,
Yeah.
let everyone be with
Like
the goalie.
ice hockey.
Let throw hands because there's a but. My question was, what are the two sports you would merge together? One being cricket
Yeah.
and another sport, and make it a new sport. Cricket with ice hockey.
Weird combination.
You can't, like, the ice hockey, the fun is the adrenaline when the speed hits impact.
Yeah.
Right? In cricket, there's no speed aspect, right? Like the impact, yeah, they'll be hitting and all of that. The speed of ice hockey is different.
Cricket might be missing the physical aspect.
In my head, I was thinking, what if we have cricket and slap fighting tournaments are coming up?
Point.
You would need, so you say you needed the physical aspect.
We play those games where the opposition has no chance of winning. They drag the out of the game. Would you say that's one of those moments where you really want to go up to the basket and he's not even scoring? He's literally, just either letting go every single ball.
Every slap is 10 runs or something.
Yeah, if he's up for it, yeah, sure, why not?
That would
that would make it really fun.
Can you also do it with the umpire if you don't get the right decisions?
We know some umpires, right?
When you said physical aspect in cricket, I was like, why not? I think that would be a great
Ideal part of the solution. There should be a situation where if it arises, you are. How about if you're a captain?
For the toss, they need to do a slap fight. Whoever wins, the captain's got to be strong. Take it for the team. If my captain comes in disappointed, I'll be like, yeah, I see it. Oh, well, resonate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
This could have turned up a lot of viewership, okay? If this happens at an international level,
people are gonna sign up to be captains.
or would you want to nominate the strongest guy?
Yeah, so you get the wrestling guy on your cricket team, just so he goes to toss.
No, pick a guy who's like physically strong and take a little bit of a pain, right? Throw him under the bus.
So now with that, we will see bigger and stronger athletes.
It's all coming back, right?
It's all coming. It makes full circle. We need to include other sports. It makes more sense.
Give us an idea where you can add another sport with cricket and then make it very interesting.
All right, guys, that's it for another episode. Thank you for joining in.